Hi everyone, are you ready for your PSHE lesson? Before we start, you need to make sure you have something to write with and something to record your work. You might need some colouring pens for pencils or colouring pens for this activity, and you will need a few of the worksheets which can be found in our PSHE blog page on Purple Mash, so you can download those. Some of them, I guess, if you do not have a printer, then you can do open the sheets and then draw the templates out. Really, it doesn't matter how you do it. I hope that you are able to access this. Please pause and write your work down, answers down, and let's get started. Face your feelings. Tuesday, 12th May 2020. Learning intention to recognize and manage uncomfortable feelings. By the end of the session, you should be able to describe and discuss a range of emotions, understand how our feelings can impact on our thoughts and actions, suggest strategies to cope with uncomfortable or unpleasant emotions. The big question. What can we do to manage uncomfortable feelings? How do uncomfortable feelings affect our thoughts and actions? When did you last feel? Let's think about our emotions and try to recall a time when we recently felt the different feelings below. When each emotion pops up, jot down a time you can remember feeling like this and what caused that emotion. Nervous, guilty, upset, frustrated, lonely, jealous, anxious, angry, not good enough, embarrassed. We all experience these uncomfortable or unpleasant emotions sometimes, and different things trigger these feelings in different people. What makes one person anxious might be no problem for someone else, and something that angers one individual simply might not bother another. It is important to remember that what others feel and experience is real to them, just as our emotions are real to us, and although the triggers might be different, the feelings can be very similar. What is mental well-being? Well, mental well-being refers to our feelings and thoughts. Our feelings and thoughts are our mind's way of letting us figure out what is going on in our lives and how to react or respond. Feeling uncomfortable or unpleasant emotions from time to time is normal. However, if we are experiencing negative feelings often, or we are worried about our negative feelings, it can be a sign that we need help with our mental well-being. If we are feeling particularly low, anxious, lonely, or isolated, it means we are experiencing poor mental well-being and we need to seek support. Who could you turn to for support with your mental health and well-being? If someone we know doesn't seem to be coping well or doesn't seem to be their normal self, then we might need to seek support on their behalf. One thing we can all do to improve our mental well-being is become familiar with different feelings and emotions and learn to describe them. This can help when getting help to support positive mental health. Experiencing the feelings we have written at the start can be very unpleasant and even a little frightening, especially if they are emotions we do not have much experience of. However, we can become better at coping with these uncomfortable emotions if we try to better understand them. Let's explore some of these emotions mentioned earlier in more depth. Can you answer the following questions? What does sadness feel like? How do you feel inside when you are nervous? What kind of thoughts go through your mind when you feel embarrassed? Whereabouts in your body do you feel anger? Sometimes it can be useful to identify an emotion you are experiencing and label it in some way. Some people like to do this using colours. Using the Identifying Feeling activity sheet, choose 4 different uncomfortable emotions and colour areas of the body that you feel these emotions in the colour you associate with that emotion. The colours we link to emotions and where we feel these emotions in our bodies might be different for everyone. There is no right or wrong answers. Another thing that can be useful to do in terms of understanding our feelings is to rate the emotion, asking ourselves how serious or intense the emotion is. We can do this by using a scale like this. So we are learning to pay attention to our feelings, recognize how they feel in our bodies, and even place them on a scale. Now, take a look at the following statement and take a few moments to think about it. If feelings and emotions are inside us, they cannot have an impact on our actions, nor on anyone else. Do you agree or disagree with this statement? Can you explain why you agree or disagree? Pause the video. Some of you might have said that the way we feel can affect our actions and our thoughts. Our thoughts, feelings, and actions are all linked to one another. Do you remember the cognitive triangle? We are now going to try an activity. Use the emotions scenario card to pick a scenario. Write down where you think that scenario should be on the emotional scale. Remember, there is no right or wrong, and all individuals feel emotions differently. Then write down what the child in the scenario might think and how they might act as a result of experiencing that emotion. Complete the emotion chart activity sheet for the scenario. The more we experience different emotions, the more we learn how to deal with them. Different people like to use different strategies to help manage their feelings. Write about any strategies you use or have heard about to help manage uncomfortable emotions. Pause the video here. Let's share some of your ideas about how to deal with uncomfortable feelings. Did you think of any of these? Talk to someone about how you're feeling. Count to 10 and focus on your breathing. Take some time out away from the current situation. Write your feelings down. Listen to music or spend time with a pet. So, what can we do to manage uncomfortable feelings? How do uncomfortable feelings affect our thoughts and actions? So we have come to the end of your PSHE session. I am going to be very, very blunt. I've been receiving very few PSHE work, particularly from Darwin class, name and shame, sorry. I've had loads of people from Shackleton and Batuta submitting their work. I would like to see more of Darwin class actually completing their PSHE, taking a screenshot or emailing their PSHE work, because I get the same people emailing their work to me on a regular basis, and they're the same people who are doing everything. So I'd like to see more of you, Darwin class, sending in your PSHE work, not just your PSHE work, generally the topic related work. I'm not seeing a lot. So remember, you need to email to, I'm going to read it out, it's year 6, so Y, capital Y, R6, at Grange, so GRANGE harrow.sch.uk. Okay, so no excuses, please. I need to see more of my class sending in work, which are topic related work. Okay, looking forward to it. Take care. Bye.